Hello, this is homework set number 1, problem number 37. An opera singer in a convertible sings a note at 600 Hz while cruising down the highway at 90 kilometers per hour. What is the frequency heard by A person standing beside the road in front of the car, B, a person on the ground behind the car? So, one thing I like to do before I start solving this problem is to draw a picture. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have our little opera singer in their little convertible singing away. Part A tells us that there is a person in front, and part B, a person lying on the ground. We're also given in this problem a couple of knowns, and that is the frequency at 600 Hz and the velocity at 90 kilometers per hour. And one thing we should also know is that velocity of sound is at 343 meters per second. Right off the bat, one thing we should also know is that our velocity here is given in kilometers per hour, and it should be changed to meters per second. So before we proceed, let's go ahead and change that. So 90 kilometers per hour should be the same as 25 meters per second. And that is in the same units as our velocity of sound. So let's go ahead and start solving. So part A person standing beside the road in front of the car. What is that frequency? Now there's a formula we can use, which is F plus is equal to F naught over 1 minus Vs V naught. Now I'm giving this formula, but one thing I like to do is identify what I can use and what I'm not given. So we know that F naught here is equal to the source frequency. We also know here Vs, which is velocity of sound. And this right here is what I want to find out, which is the frequency of observer. Now, let's go ahead and start solving. So for part A, we know that we can use F plus is equal to F naught over 1 Vs V naught, which is equal to 600 Hertz over 1 minus 25 meters per second over 343 meters per second, which should be 600 Hertz over 0.927. And once I plug that into the calculator, it should be 647.16 hertz. And that right there, it is the first frequency that I'm being asked in part A. For part B, the person behind. Now, I know that the equation for the person in front is this right here. So let's go ahead and use the other formula, which is very similar with a few changes. So F minus is equal to F naught over 1 plus Vs over V naught. Now, the main difference between these two formulas is this right here. And we want to pay attention to that so that our calculations are in the correct units. So let's go ahead and continue. So 600 hertz over 1 plus 25 meters per second over 343 meters per second, which is equal to 600, oh no, hertz over 1.0728, and once again I plug that into the calculator, it should be to 559.23 hertz. And that is our frequency for part A and frequency for part B.